Okay. Alright. It's working again. Alright. Good. Let me see if I can get the link, post to Discord and all that. So that was unexpected. Come on. Ah, good. Got it. Okay. We are definitely live again. And I can post this here. Okay, there we go, there we go, very good. Okay! Yeah, my internet died. I don't know why. It just, like, went out for 5-10 minutes. I'm not sure how long it was down. Well, we will continue.
How did he end up with you?
The stone? Oh, he just kind of tagged along.
That's not a very nice thing to say.
Aye, just like that. We were riding.
Hey Neil, yes, I am back. Sorry, I have no idea why my internet failed suddenly.
Along the way. You know how it goes. We made acquaintance with them, had a drink or two, then we travelled on together. After
Okay.
all, there's safety in numbers.
I'm not sure I'd be thinking that if I ran into you lot on the road.
We might have done some things I ain't proud of, but wayfarers are sacred even for me.
They are?
Our fellow travellers dropped off along the way. One in Mohelnitz, one
Wayfarers
in
are sacred
and
now.
the rest in Kladsko. Except for the stone. He stuck with us the whole way. The fellas kept asking him what he was after. But of course he never said a word. When we were approaching Barsdorf, I ordered the men to get rid of him. I had some business at the castle, and I didn't want any
You don't want the
strangers sticking their
politics of
noses.
rapiers and
Stefan
how
tried
they
to tell him
came to
nicely.
be?
But he just sat there.
Or the politics
staring
of
like
how
he
the
was
German
turned to
pistol
stone.
grip came?
That's when we gave him the name. Then the Bearman brothers tried to get him off his horse. He booted Jan in the face and knocked him out cold. Then he jumped down and felled Petter with one punch.
I'm not
Man
sure
who
which
can
one
do
is going to
that
betray
is a
us,
man you want
but
on your side.
I'm thinking
So we kept
Stone
him.
has the
Were you
lead.
worried about having a stranger?
Has
on your back?
perhaps the most
Especially one who didn't
suspicious
No,
thing.
I figured if he
So it
talk,
can't
he
possibly
can't
be
tell.
him.
Besides, I've had worse.
It's got to be the one you'd least suspect. Hello again, James.
What about Jakey?
Jakey, that boy will be the death of me. You've got to be tough on him, or he's good
Eh,
for nothing.
Generally, I let people
I'm
talk
fond of him.
politics.
You know what?
I just don't
Like his
engage
son?
with it myself.
I wouldn't go that far.
Generally, that's my
I've no
rule.
family
Is
of
just
my own.
like, hey, you guys can talk about what
And
you want.
Unlike
Just
those
don't get
other cutthroats,
just
he
don't
seems to
get
me
my
like-
stream booted off of YouTube.
Like a good lad.
Hey, you're pretty hard on him now. And the others keep him on his toes too.
Don't
Boy
speak
needs a
of the
firm
forbidden
hand.
subjects.
I was like him once, and I got the same too. If we let him be, we'd end up with a third bear man. And who'd want that?
Oh, why wouldn't you want a third
Two is
bear
more
man?
than
Then
enough.
they could play the Three Stooges. Get a little liquor in them. Ah, I think we've exhausted everything now. Okay.
Should we ride
Well,
out?
let's go crack some heads.
Aye, we ought to set out on patrol about now. Hope you've got your kit ready and whatnot. I'd like to head to the north. Is there anything interesting that way?
North of here, Samapesh and Merhoyed.
We don't have any particular
Talberg is a
goal.
bit
We're
further
just
on.
wandering.
There's stables.
Hey
in
there,
Merhoyed.
Suntrap. How's it
Wouldn't
going?
mind paying a visit to those stables. We can go through there.
And from there?
From there, we'll follow our noses. Something interesting is sure to turn up. I feel it in my
Yeah?
bones. Mount up and let's go.
Sure. Chief.
All right. Oh, that's good. Just a warning. Oh, what the hell? We have a new token. Just a warning. The internet already cut out once, and so if the internet's in a mood to randomly cut out, that could happen again. At any time. Without warning. Yeah. Tears of the Kingdom is so much fun. There's so much to find everywhere in that world. You could easily sink a couple 100 hours into it and not find everything. Alright. Well, I mean, look, guys, I don't really understand how this is supposed to stop banditry. There's no way bandits are going to attack an entire armed, like,
You know what I
platoon.
like best about days like this, Jan?
There's no way.
Wafting from the hillsides.
Among other things.
Ah, like the rounded hills, rising, purple, all soft and pink in the sunlight.
If you want to play a good game of Thunk with some thuds, I could wander around and find some for you.
Listening in a mossy hollow,
They always seem eager to attack a lone knight.
a sturdy poplar, standing tall and erect.
Aye. It reminds me of that day. That day where the two of us fucked Fletcher's ma.
Very true.
I don't know.
You'd make it
I
stuff.
said I usually let people
Your
talk
ma's
about
a
what they
stuffed
want
bird.
to. I generally avoid talking about political stuff unless it specifically comes up in the game I'm playing. Like when I play a game like Realism Invictus,
How are things?
and we're literally choosing between civics like communism and fascism and democracy and stuff, and weighing the pros and cons for the next war we're gonna get into, it's hard not to discuss things.
It's not Paris, France.
But-
grant you. What I mean to
For the
say
most part, nah, I like to be apolitical. Politics has been stuffed into enough things already.
See,
Enough of our media.
I don't know what French is moaning about. There's plenty of booze and loose wenches nearby.
Not to mention fools in a tavern.
I mean, yeah, if I was a bandit and I saw this patrol
The arsehole
going
will be
down the
armed
street,
everywhere we
I'd
go.
probably think about
It
banditing
always
someplace
makes me
else.
Jakey,
Yeah, they really are. They got political stuff got way too invasive over the last 2 decades.
all right. I
It's in
appreciate your honesty,
everything.
lads. Don't worry.
People go to
There
the
will be
store and they
plunder.
think about politics
to
when they're
fight.
trying to buy
The
ketchup.
victor the spoils. That's how it's always
It's
been.
like,
But no purse of silver
why?
will shed blood for
But
you
why,
on
though?
the battlefield.
Why
That's
does
what this company
Coca-Cola
is
need
for.
to have political ads?
And I hope you never forget the
freaking
golden rule.
soda.
You can joke all you want, moan all you want, but nothing will
Uh.
keep your skins in one piece better than trusting your leader, who you choose by your own free will. So don't ever forget that.
Amen.
Chief, I think there's something going on over there.
Let's go. Behind me and keep your eyes peeled.
I need a lance. Man, you guys' horses are
What do
slow.
you think we can expect this time, fellas?
My fault for buying
In a
Super
pistol
Horse.
under the bed.
Could you imagine if I had a really crappy horse and I was slow?
On account of it'd just fall out through the holes in their bellies, eh, brother?
No, there are no lances in this game. Shit, we shouldn't have started this side quest. Now yet another town has burned. What have we done?
Always full of good cheer, eh, Dagmar? What do you think that we've had a stone throw?
Jesus, I wish you'd all shut the fuck up.
Wait, which town is this? This isn't even a town. This is just... Well, it isn't a town now.
Still smouldering. Whoever torched it can't have got very far.
Nope, no javelins. It's all of you. I could steal your horses. Problem is, I don't know how to sell a horse. I could maybe sell the horse meat, though.
God almighty.
No, I don't think that's God. I don't think that's God Almighty. Sorry, Henry, you're mistaken again.
Looks like it happened fast.
Once again, arrows I'm not allowed to pick up, even though they look good.
You weren't even armed.
True. I also notice I'm not allowed to loot the bodies, which is weird,
signs
because
of
I've been allowed to
resistance.
loot all the other
They
bodies.
simply slaughtered them like animals.
Oh, that's not a real person. You can tell that one's plastic. The other ones, yeah, but this one, you can tell just looking at the face. That's just somebody's real doll.
Jesus Christ, what a massacre.
I still don't trust Stone. I think he's most likely a traitor. No, actually, he's too obvious. I think it's going to be someone else.
Poor wretch.
Poor wretch. The table? Got nothing to say about the dog, huh? Oh, it could be like that one species in Doctor Who, the people made out of plastic. Yeah. That could be it. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, somebody left a note. Great. That's a lot of text. I'll take the knife, though. Oh, sure, yeah, you might as well.
Kuno will want to know about this.
House of Zol. And a message for Sir Radzig. Wow. Nah, this shield is trash. Now I've got one too many daggers. I'm not your messenger service. Radzig Kobila, you unscrupulous beast, devoid of Christian morals, I accuse you! You abandoned all honor and virtue when you perpetuated acts of cruelty and malevolence against me and my forebears. I call you a cur for committing those vile deeds, which you certainly remember well. I challenge you to face me in a duel, as befits knightly virtue, to desist from cowardly concealment behind castle walls, and to defend your honor and that of your house, as behooves noble status. If you decline to do so, I will travel this land and truthfully make known to all that you are an ignominious wretch, unfit for the company of decent men, and I shall have your shield nailed to the pillory as a mark of shame. I swear before God that I act justly, bound by my family honor, and perpetuate against you only that which you deserve. My grievance is not only against you, but the longer you hide from me in a cowardly manner, the longer I shall maraud and plunder this province, be it upon your own head. Signed, Sir Hagen Zoll. Christian morals, knightly virtues. Is that so? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, I can take this guy real serious. They left a cow. Oh, well, we can't have that now. Yeah, the XCOM files is so freaking good. Hold on, I need to poke around the rest of this place. Uh-huh. Man, at this rate, if this continues much longer, there won't be any towns left. Everything is just getting burned and ruined and killed. Hey, buddy.
I found this
I found
shield in a
something.
shed along with a letter. Seems like someone left us a message.
Show me
I
that.
mean, anyone could have written that and signed the House of
Chris.
Zul to it.
It's the House of Zul.
It could have just been regular bandits who wanted to keep you busy, chasing the wrong
Stay here a
person.
while, just in case. And you should go and report to Radzig what happened.
What do you know about these Zuls?
A family of impoverished nobles. They fought in the Mulgraviate Wars in Moravia. But what they're after in Bohemia, I've no idea.
I thought I could go and search for those raiders. They might not have gotten very far yet.
Alright. It's always good to have an extra pair of eyes. We'll keep searching here for a while, and then head back to the camp.
Yeah, you go tell Sir Radzig about whatever. I'll just kill all the bandits and this Zul fellow for you. I could probably best a small army by now. Oh shit, I don't have any leads? Crap. Where am I supposed to look for the bandits? Huh. Well, let's look around.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, do you have any pointers for me? That's right! From the first Ghostbusters movie, that's who we're up against. Look, we got the Necronomicon, we figured out exorcisms, I'm sure we can handle it.
Did you find any tracks?
Some, a horse or two.
Ra's al
They rode
Ghul.
off through the meadow towards dawn. They were avoiding the road, which is interesting.
Towards dawn?
Meaning towards the east. Apart from the mounted ones, there were some men on foot too. Well weighed down.
Oh, they can't move too fast then.
No. And what's more, they left a trail of blood. One or more of them might be wounded. Either that, or they dragged off some poor bastard from here.
Should you
Nice
really be
work.
saying all this
Thanks.
with a smile? Alright, towards the dawn. I don't want to get caught on horseback.
Poor creature. Hunted down like game.
Okay. Not seeing any blood. Oops, I went too far. This is an awfully small area. We don't know exactly where they are in it. What's the dog barking at now? Yes, congratulations. You found a garden. I'm very impressed. Now. XCOM meets World War II? Interesting. Okay. Well, I've somehow gotten outside the target area twice. Target successfully defeated. Bring Alex hair meat. I don't remember that quest. Who was that again? This is why I hate having a ton of quests open in a game. I completely forget. Okay, well this isn't working. Out. That's right, we're eating Thumper. No, we saw something for a second. Well, what did I catch? I hate these. The more the game puts me in these search around for something missions, the less I like it. I'm looking for traces of the attackers. We found the horse. I don't know, man. Oh, right! That reminds me. Was Witcher 3 the one everyone liked? GOG has a sale on The Witcher. Let me check real quick. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition is 80% off on GOG. Should I snatch that? Or is that the wrong game? What do you think, Sud? 3? Okay. I'll make sure I pick that up. I picked up Dino Crisis on GOG because that was on a huge sale. And I saw them advertising this big sale on The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt. And I'm like, well, I've never heard it called the Wild Hunt before. Is that the one? I think I'm going to give up on this one. I cannot find any traces of these guys. Oh, shit.
Looks like they
Just
carried
as
away
I
a lot of
say it.
stuff.
Wow. Oops. Shit, I just drank one of my potions. Ah! Get him! Dog, go eat! Go catch a roe. Am I supposed to find more than this?
Look what I've got. You'll love this.
Here you go. And while you eat that... Alright, let me put all this on the horse. Wait, what? I thought I just sent it to my horse, but apparently I threw it all on the ground. That's not right. Okay.
They went this way. Seems they met some resistance at the farm.
Somebody left their pants on the ground. How dare they pollute this forest with their stinky pants? I must avenge the trees. Alright, we're outside of the thing. Well, it's $10 right now, but the sale is only up for like another day. I mentioned Dino Crisis was the one I picked up. Dino Crisis is on a huge sale too.
What a waste. At least I know which way they went.
That's not what I meant to do. No, that just looks suspicious to me, I guess. Have I gone off course? I've gone off course. Where was that barrel? It was back here, right? Okay, yeah, this was the last clue I found. What are you barking at? Seems like this should be a clue. Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, or Marvel Rivals? No, wait, Marvel... What's the card game for Marvel again? Not Rivals, that's the video game. Great. I'm like, stop pushing me, dog. I'm like looking at every tree going, shouldn't I be able to inspect that? Yeah, well they gotta, because their movies certainly aren't, shouldn't I call, like, all the frickin' warriors? Oh well. Hi! Stealth? Poison? Nah. It's just a worst case scenario for me, outnumbered by guys in armor. Nothing to worry about.
I'm going to.
Get him? I don't think I got him. Really use a wall on my back. Alright, one down.
Come here.
Should drink more buffs. Oops. Nope, nope, nope. Stop. Stop hitting me. I need a moment to recover. What was that about honor and chivalry and knightly stuff?
Is that all you got?
Fortunately for you lot. Don't aim at the ones with shields. They're hard to bring down. Aim it, whatever. Oh, oh shit, I took some damage. Uh-oh. Oh, stop! Okay.
Gone weak at the knees, have you?
Oh, you're in trouble. You don't have a shield. Oh, blood loss got that guy. I threw him in a tree and then finished him off. Did you forget we were fighting?
What's going on there?
Oh, hello. You're pretty good at protecting your head, I'll give you that. You're really good at parrying. You're not much good at anything else, but you can parry. Oh, hey, is that a rabbit? No, I need to send my dog after that. There we go. Oh, right, where were we? Alright. You're annoying. You know, if you had participated with the whole group, you guys might have won. I'm gonna take your wine. I'm gonna take your money. I'm gonna take your cup. Yeah, this is trash. Oh wait, was that a marigold decoction? Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, I'll drink some flowers. Let's see. Get drunk. Alcohol all over our injuries. What do we got in here? Junk. That could sell for a few coins. Sell for a little bit.
Hey, who's that?
Hey, buddy, where's that rabbit I sent you for? You didn't just leave it on the ground somewhere, did you? I apparently need rabbit meat for someone. Oh man, I don't think I can find the rest of the body. Oh, hello.
What the hell was that?
What the hell was that?
Entertainment?
Man, an archer would have given me hell during all that fighting. Oops. Well, I'll take that. I'll take this. things. I'll take your arrows. Take your rang. Oh, those are worth a good amount. Ah, the rabbit. Good work, doggo. Now, where did I leave all the rest of those bodies? Alright, does anyone remember who Alex is? And why they needed frickin' rabbit meat? I have no idea who Alex was. Courtship, bad blood. Is this never resolved? He's in Rattay? Okay, just somebody in Rattay. Gotcha. Ah, okay. I see. Cool. Well, I want to head that way anyway. As soon as I don't think I'm going to find any of the bodies, man. I think they're all lost to time. There just is nothing in the game for finding.
Martin!
Wow, the dog ran past it and the rabbit just fell down at my feet. Crazy. Alright. Let me see. So, I guess I just go back to Rattay now. I'm a little bit overburdened, so it won't let me fast travel.
Yeah.
It's not that far of a walk. Got a hyper horse. Ninja dog. Yeah, that's what it is. I trained him to carry a kunai with him. I still haven't played that one. Shadow Tactics? I've had it forever, and I haven't gotten to it still. Really, I didn't know their spines could snap from running. And I used to own rabbits. And I had no idea. Then again, they weren't racing rabbits, and I wasn't training them for the, Uh-oh, Okay, hold on. Are we okay? Yeah, okay, we're fine. Shit. Okay. I'm facing the wrong way. This way.
Yeah.
Come on, get out of the bush.
Yeah.
I heard it's really good. I picked it up ages ago on Steam. Ages and ages and ages ago. Or someone gifted it to me. I don't remember which anymore. People gifted me so many games, and I used to feel really bad about it when I wouldn't get around to playing them. But I've come to the place where I can't even remember what other people purchased for me and what I purchased for myself anymore. It's just all running together. How can it be more... No, I don't believe that. There's no way it could be more complex than Dominions. Dominions is outrageously complex.
Yeah.
There's no way. Oh my gosh, what the hell? Where are we? Come on, get off the horse. Ah. All I had to do was stay on a freaking road. Come on. Can I just teleport up to a sky island and paraglide down where I need to go? Oh. Well, how do I describe Dominions? You open it up, and you don't know how to play it. You don't know how anything does. So, you play the game a handful of times and figure out how it actually all works. Congratulations! You've learned how to interface with the game. You have not yet learned how to play it, because it's a multiplayer game. The AI is just a bag of sand. The other players, that's the game.
Hold it right there. Drop your weapon and
I'm not stopping to fight you. Screw you. So, like, I don't even know where to begin to describe the complexity. It's downright deranged. The sheer amount of spells and things going on in it. I don't think I could summarize it. Like... Like, it's got so much stuff that's so cool in it. Give me a second till I get to Ratte, and I'll see if I can describe a little bit of it. Okay, so the game starts, and you choose your pretend. You choose your king. You choose your monster that you're playing as. And you can choose one of these wizards over here, each with their own thing going on. You could just choose, like, a lion, or a bull, or a dragon, or a tree, or a rock. Like, anything can go. As long as your people believe in you. If your people stop believing in you, you instantly lose the game. Okay, so now that that's clear... you want to choose your well, now you have to wait. You have to choose your age. Is it the early, middle, or late age? And this will have everything's different. Like every faction, all kinds of stuff changes. Okay, then you're trying to gather all these different gems for like the 8, 9 different types of magic that you could potentially be working with, and you're trying to research from, 6 or 7 different schools of magic, each of which have spells that are each in the different types. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. And there's gold, and there's crafting magic items for your units. So, let's say you pick a faction. You pick the Spartans. Okay, they're not the Spartans. They're giants from Greek mythology. Your options for their leaders are Greek stuff. You have certain spells and magics that are particular to Greeks, but you're basically playing giant Spartans who keep humans as slaves. And you have your slave troops, and if they get so much XP, they become free, which means they have a higher upkeep, so you actually don't want that to happen. You have constant unrest in your cities that is unique to your civilization because you're playing these guys. And so much going on with just even this fairly simple, straightforward faction. They had magic weapons, which was a big deal on their strongest units. They wanted to kill gods. That was kind of their thing. and one of their super global spells. There can only be so many global spells. Every time a player puts a global spell into play, you're going to have to dispel somebody's spell to put your global in play, and it's a whole thing. There's a whole social aspect of players, like, it's insane. I can't explain it at all. I'm doing a terrible job. It's the most complex game I've ever played, and every single faction has a different play style. And because who your leader and what magic you have has such a dramatic impact on it, like, there's potentially dozens of viable builds for any of the factions, and there's so many of them, and they're just crazy stuff. Like, you could play the Fomorians, the Fomorian giants, the deformed giants that come with all kinds of debuffs and stuff. You could specifically have your leader be this thing that can cure injuries, that can heal afflictions, and specifically try to heal them and have them, you know, or you could just go with like a freaking god of war and just tear and destroy. They can breathe underwater as a special ability. There are aquatic factions in the seas. It's just basically a really, really complicated grand strategy game. It takes months to play a game. I'm not kidding. Like, it takes months to play. I really enjoy it, but the time commitment, even when I'm not playing it, I'm sitting here with all of these note cards, scribbling out all kinds of ideas and details and things I could do with my turns. The time commitment is brutal to play a game of it. I think I took a wrong turn. First, I need to find this Skalitz guy who wants food. Where would he be? Where is Mr. Alex? Can I find him in my quest log? Sorry, quest log, not quest items. Ah, this must be it. Oh, he's at the church! Yeah, Bez knows more about Dominions than I do. During the Tokugawa shogunate? Or a different shogunate? Yeah, that's right. Every single year. Surprise mechanic, I didn't know when I chose that faction. They just straight up murder a whole bunch of your citizens every fall as a thing. And
God be with you.
And after that, you get an assassin. Okay, that's not the right guy. You're not Alex. You're Vincent. Hello, is there an Alex here? Alex? A Dragon Master anywhere? Damn it, where's this Alex? What's going on? Ah, the Rat Hate tournament jumped in. That's what was confusing me. I threw a quest marker down where I didn't need one. Ah, here you are.
I'm glad to see.
Here you go.
I've got that game.
Rabbits.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm just gonna give you 100. I don't care. Oh, it won't let me give you more than 70.
We'll
Okay.
get lots of supply. Another order. The Master Armorer is mounting a banquet. And
Right, I get it. Hunt down a deer, milk a cow, and skim the cream. Wouldn't he like me to churn some...
1 sec. Hoss, I need your... Here we go. Will this work for you?
I've got that meat.
Excellent.
Here is your venison. Oh, this was a skinny one. Not a lot of
Thanks.
meat on its
We'll get
bones.
I've got another job for you. The innkeeper had a bit of a row with his wife and wants to make up. She's very fond of venison sausages.
Venison I can get, but you can make his own.
Naturally, just get the meat.
Okay.
Damn.
This quest line appears to just be getting me irrelevant amounts of silver. Oh, come on. Is it? Fine. The Shogun's name isn't given. The Shogun of indeterminate origins. Yep, that's what we do. If you want to get rid of some meat before... Well, it'll have spoiled during the night, I'm sure. But we can still sell it. They're very good at disguising rotten meat with a little pinch of this or that. No one will know the difference.
Greetings.
I would like to sell things to you, ma'am. Can't let anything go to waste. Okay. Oh, I can dump the rest of the junk off on this trader over here. But it's too early for the black pepper. The spice trade isn't in full swing yet. Spices would be very expensive. No, they probably just pour a lot of salt on it. Salt and alcohol. Okay, I have some stuff to sell. I've got to get rid of one of these, and... Well, I guess I didn't pick up any swords or anything. Huh. Alright. And let's take a second. Okay, I'll have to visit the armorer. Inconvenient. And the tailor. Oops, damn it, that keeps popping open.
I wouldn't beg, good neighbors, but I'm reduced to this. I'm from Scullets and, well, you know.
Do I really need a loading screen to wash myself in the trough?
Just this morning. Fred!
Hey, you.
God's blessing.
Fix. Man, that's something that should have been in my town, is just the Omni shop that repairs everything. Just a one-stop repair everything, just for the player's convenience.
I'm at your God be with you.
Alright. Now I report to the guy over here, hey, we found a letter and we wiped out the bandits. And by we, I mean I did it. The rest of the gang you sent me to join, honestly, I don't think they did anything. Yeah, they did 0 things.
God bless you.
Honestly, I don't think he should even believe me saying I wiped it all out by myself.
Sir, I'm afraid I have some bad news. We came across a burnt-out
Man,
farm.
Mayorhunchhead just can't catch a break.
Christ.
Everything
It
around
seems
there is
previous last wasn't
burning.
the end of it.
This is something else, sir. We found a shield.
I know that coat of arms.
There was a letter there, too.
Show it to me. Although I think I already know.
Here you are, sir.
And
Oh, I need to sell that shield.
Cruelty and malevolence. I challenge you to face me in a duel, defend your honor.
Oh,
Antinomious wretch.
get you later, Satrap. Oh,
Signed, Hagen,
don't worry. Henry has already committed all the war crimes. There are none left for him. He's already done them all. No worries there.
This Sir Hagen wants to challenge you to a duel.
Apparently, he still hopes I will agree to this kind of outmoded solution to disputes.
Surely you
fight a
can't
duel
refuse a
for
challenge
you.
to a duel. What about your honor?
Henry, my boy, honor is a splendid thing, and it should be held in high regard. But in time, you'll learn that some matters are not so straightforward.
Yeah, accepting
this one?
duels is pretty stupid.
Yes, like this one. The only reason Hagen is challenging me now is that he has a marked advantage. I've served as the royal hetman for the last 15 years and become a courtier. Hagen, meanwhile, was fighting in the Margraviate Wars in Moravia and elsewhere as a mercenary.
This predates that,
Which of us
though,
do you
doesn't it?
think would win a duel?
I don't think Red
That's
Cross
not
was
honor,
around back
but
then.
an abuse of honor. Commonplace opportunism. I don't
You can't blame
blame
him for
trying,
not breaking
but I'm
rules
not
that
such a
didn't
fool as
exist.
to play by his rules.
That isn't a few years ago. There's more to that. There's more. The Red Cross thing. Okay, get this, get this. In America, you could make games, and you could make medkits look like medkits. But, if it was a game that was imported from another country, like Japan, they weren't allowed to. So this is why so many video games were using hearts for their healing item instead of red crosses on their medkits. It actually was because no religious symbols were being allowed to come in with imports. Isn't that weird? Isn't that wild? But it goes on and on. Like, you couldn't have crosses on graves. So they started just putting RIP on all the tombstones in video games because they couldn't put crosses on them. This would have been in like the 90s. We're talking like NES, SNES era, like early days. There was a ton of censorship that nobody talks about. They made games change puzzles. There was a puzzle in Lufia 2, Rise of the Sinistrals, or was it Lufia 1? One of the Lufia games had a puzzle, and it ended up looking like a cross, the shape the blocks made. Couldn't have it. Make a new puzzle. Yeah, that can't be in the U.S. Nope. Hellhounds? No, You can't call your Secret of Mana dogs hellhounds. Not allowed. Because that's religious. You gotta wonder what the Japanese are thinking. Like, I thought the Americans were supposed to be Christians. What? They don't want crosses? Oh, okay. Well, sure. The tradition of censorshipping the cross, the Red Cross in particular, but the cross in general, goes way back. And yet somehow it's still less crazy than European censorship. I will never forgive freaking the Civ 4 when I bought it and it came with, what was it, 2 or 3 World War II scenarios? So, it's World War II! Okay, I'm playing the British. I'm fighting the Germans. So what world leader am I fighting against? Who's this guy? I've never heard of this guy. Who is this? Why is he leading the Germans? What is this? This is supposed to be historically accurate. You put all the units and all the boats and everything where they're supposed to be. The real emphasis on history. You could have gone with Rommel at least as a general leading the armies. I mean, you know, at least pick a famous general or something. Nope. It was unbelievable.
What happened between you and Sir Hagen?
That's a long story.
No, they did know what war crimes were. The rules were, they just didn't use that term, but they had rules for warfare. Rules that you didn't dare violate. Except you did violate all the time, as long as you were targeting commoners. But against the other nobility! Marshal of an army. Yeah, anime, anything being imported to the West had to go through all kinds of rules and stuff. It's still that way. We are still censoring things. And it's generally to Californian law. If it's made in the US or anywhere else in the world and it comes to the US, it's usually being censored to Californian law. I don't know why, but that's the law that generally dominates for some reason. So it's been pointed out, like, there was a show, there was a cartoon, Quagmire. If you know what that's from, there's a character named Quagmire who will sleep with anything that moves. Well, apparently he lives in Rhode Island or something. He doesn't know Rhode Island's laws about sex because he quotes Californian law, which is apparently completely out of character for the character. But if he didn't quote Californian law, you wouldn't be able to show, you wouldn't be able to put it on television. Because it wouldn't be able to air anywhere in California, and it's just too big of a market. Yeah. Stuff like that.
Well,
Stuff like that. Never ended.
The gist of it.
True. All right.
I pointed out to
Nutshell.
Snyder at one point, we were talking, and I was just like, yeah, cartoon characters aren't allowed to smoke cigarettes. And he's like, oh no, adult cartoons, they're drinking, they're doing drugs, are they smoking cigarettes?
So, I hanged the head of the family.
And he couldn't come up with an example.
And confiscated
I'm just
their
like,
property.
yeah.
Ever since
Yeah,
then, they've had it in
specifically
for me.
tobacco.
Surprisingly.
We made some laws about that. It's forbidden.
Yes. Although in retrospect it might seem excessively
I don't know if
harsh.
they still stand to this day, but they sure did for a very long time, and maybe they still do. I don't know.
What happened between you?
That's a
I'd
Well,
like to hear the whole story
Very well.
now.
It began in the first year of King Wenceslas. It concerned land boundaries. The Zulls had refused His Majesty's position was a little... Since the Zull family
the crappy
was
king made a
defying
bad
the king,
decision?
we were... The head of the family, Hagen's father, was hanged.
So, they're out for
Oh,
vengeance.
is that all?
Would it were that simple, lad? I was young and didn't realize the repercussions it would... For one thing, the king didn't use it to strengthen his position. On the contrary, he took less.
How come?
Because he realized things would eventually sort themselves out. He promoted me to royal hetman, leaving him to pursue... Secondly, my actions essentially created another band of robbers. When you strip a nobleman of his property, you can't expect him to take to beg. And thirdly, I wasn't aware at the time that the other party to the dispute was distantly related to me. Naturally, that made it look like I was acting in self-interest. If I'd known what I know today, I'd have been a lot more circumspect.
More circumspect. What, you wouldn't just burn all their property and kill them? The old shows, that was before the laws. I still remember when they took the camel off the cigarette packs. They decided no cartoon characters could smoke anymore, and they stole the, whatever company it was, they stole their mascot. They said, you're not allowed to have the cartoon mascot anymore. And, yeah, because Fred Flintstone used to advertise cigarettes. Like, if you go back far enough, yeah, no, they totally did. But laws were made, and that's, you know...
Well, what are we going to do about
That's
this?
how it went.
You and Kuno's band will just have to deal with Hagen and prevent further mayhem. The longer he's marauding around these parts, the greater the chances that I'll finally have to succumb to his conditions.
So you'd fight him, if it came to that?
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. But maybe there's something else behind this challenge. Maybe it's coin he's after. Who knows?
All right.
Coin?
We'll deal with him, sir.
I'm sure you will, Henry.
Well, maybe. You never know. These things will sort themselves out. Would only demand a single meal from the conquered. Huh. Oh yeah, no, lots of them. In fact, there's so many particularly horrific stories, but the worst stories from, the most brutal ones are always the sieges. The sieges are the darkest, most terrible shit. Chinese history. They were, they had a lot of people, a lot of Chinese generals did not have much respect for the sanctity of life. Let's just put it that way.
I'd like to ask...
Sure.
I don't really know what I'm supposed to do about this. He told me all about it, and it's like, well, now what? Like, I don't see how any of the things he told me advances anything. You are a cool-looking shield. But I don't care, you're trash. Here you go, I gave you the shield, Sir Radzig. You can mount it up as one of the archery targets or something, I don't know. Put it at the bottom of your latrine. I don't care what you do with the thing. I'm done with it. Keep patrolling. It really feels like this Zool thing deserves a resolution. Like, maybe track them down? No, we just patrol and hope they don't show up and burn a bunch of stuff again. Can't I just say, hey, I'll duel on behalf of the Lord? Or you could send the knight who trained me. He seems like he's capable enough.
I'd like to make...
Uh-huh. And
I'm sure God be with you.
Alright. We'll go for a quick walk and then we'll patrol some more. Did I even tell him that I took care of the bandits? I didn't even mention that. Which is a gorgeous game. This one. Yeah, that's one of the first things I said about it. Most of the assets wouldn't be usable in other genres. The trees would, though, and the land. As for the engine, I'm not sure what engine they're using. It's probably among all those titles and corporate logos at the start. Maybe it's the Cry engine or something? But it's not an uncommon engine, I'm sure. I think it's mostly just the quality of their art assets. Like, somebody on their team really cared. You can feel it. You can feel the parts of the game that were rushed or made by people who didn't give a shit. And you can feel the assets where they really cared and they really took the time. Like, most games would have just made, like, a flat repeating texture here. They would have just made something that was just... But here, this feels like a log pile. It doesn't repeat that I can even... I'm sure it repeats somewhere, but I can't tell you where. Just by glancing at it. And this is enough wood. More than enough wood to keep a house warm through the winter. Well, their houses are pretty shitty. They don't have much insulation. Maybe they need more wood than I think they do. Yeah. Yeah, you can tell the parts where they, you know, some of the developers on the crew are top tier. Definitely, and that especially whoever was doing the art assets.
Greetings,
You really
Henry.
sitting out in the rain?
Don't you want to do...
I can't now. Come back in the...
In the evening?
How about now?
I can't now. Come back in the...
I've brought you...
Sure, I'll give you my one knife. Why not? She should already have one. She found one in her past.
Thank you. But...
What do you mean you don't want to do with it? It's a knife!
Sure what to do
Everyone
with
should
it.
have a knife
Well,
up their
if something
sleeve.
bad happens
It's
to
the
you, then
year
it could come in handy.
1400!
I see. Well, that's a kind thought. But I'm not sure it would do much good against
Well,
those
no,
three
not
big men.
3. You can always, you know, sneak up on one person with it. It might also be good against a wild animal or any number of different situations. He wasn't very appreciative. Some people. Communal woodpile? It could be a communal woodpile. With the tanner, because that's the other person nearby. Chickens produce a lot of heat. And I've known people who, when I was in high school, there's a lady, she lived in a tent through the winter and kept big dogs to sleep on her. I've known a couple of people who have wintered in tents up here, and I've always thought they were insane. Sure,
Can you tell me something?
Why not? I haven't been to confession for a while.
How did you end up in Kuno's band?
Ah, it's nothing new for me and my brother. We've been fighting for coins since we were old enough to carry. Last time we rode with one Lombardi.
What happened?
Nah, we just wanted to come back to Bohemia. You know how it is. When no one understands a word you say, it ain't worth a damn.
How did you not learn the local language?
You and Petter seem very
How do you
close.
go to another
brothers
another
should be,
place
lad.
and not learn their language while you're there?
I guess the two of you came from the same mother.
Oh, we've got the same ma, all right. I ain't got no ma, and neither does he. And the same goes for our pa. There's probably Satan himself.
Oh. I'm a bit confused. You're not actually brothers.
We might be, but we might not. A band of mercenaries found us in a village when I was still a baby, and better hardly walking, laying in the dirt together we was. Their leader took a shine to us for some reason. He took us away and raised us up.
You were literally
Raised us
just
with swords
abducted
for
as a
playthings,
child.
and ale for
Great.
mother's milk. A few years later, he was killed in Saxony. The band fell apart, but we joined another right away. That's the
So you two never had... well...
a normal life. We ride from one fight to another, risking our necks and killing who they pay us to kill. That's normal for us. Always has been.
What do you think about this business with Hagen's...
That's a very tricky matter, I can tell you. Them Zulus are well known among us mercenaries. Hagen and his two brothers fought in the Margraviate Wars.
Oof.
That's quite a feather to have in your cap. But on the other hand, they've got their weaknesses.
Like what?
They still like to think of themselves as high and mighty lords. Kuno got over that, thank Christ. And he treats us all like equals.
You think Hagen's men have no great love for him?
Well, I'd say they're running before his whip more than following his flag, if you understand me.
Aye.
Okay.
Hey, Henry, I'd like a word with you.
What is it, Jakey?
The stone wants to talk with you.
You're the one
If
who
you
I
can
would
call
vote
it that.
most likely to
Probably
betray
about
us.
that ring.
What ring?
You're friendly and nice, and the player
No
likes
one
you.
told you about it. The fellas call it the Ring of Bacchus. It's a kind of game we play. Kuno
You'd
gave
be
us
the
this
least
ring.
suspected.
It's just a worthless bauble. But when we're at the tavern, Kuno pays everything for the man who has the ring. So we steal the ring from each other and try to trick each other. Well, actually, just the others. They won't let me play. Kuno says I'm too young to get boozed up.
That sounds like a lot of fun. But I don't have it, so why does the stone want to see me?
He probably wants you to steal it from someone. Since you're new, the fellows will talk to you, and it won't be suspicion.
All right. I'll have a word. Hey,
Want to get
Give me
matey,
some
eh?
speech to the...
how did you end...
Well, I used to be a baker's hand in Prague, but all the other fellas were always on my back, always swearing at me. To make a bit of coin, I started going to the tavern across the road, entertaining the rich gents with jokes, playing the fool. Sometimes someone would throw me a half-groschen. One time, Kuno turned up there, and I got to talking with him. When I told him all the shit I was getting... Yeah, though it's not like they give me much peace here either.
Well, surely you can't be any worse off here than in the...
No, Only, at the bakery, the worst I ever got was a beating. It's not like my life was in danger. But here, when those beermen...
How come they bullied you at the bakery? It's usually the shy ones bullies pick on.
Not now, maybe. I learned a thing or two.
Oh, come on, you shy? You just said you were playing the foot.
All right, I'll tell you the truth. They picked on me because I'm an orphan. The parish priest of St. Apollinaires in Prague found me as a baby in the church. I spent half my childhood in parish houses and half on the street.
I see.
It still is tough, I can tell you that.
What do you think about this bit?
Zool.
A lot of foundlings in this
I'd rather keep
mercenary
that to
company.
myself. But since I reckon, I might not be grown up yet, but I've walked in these shoes long enough to know.
Wait,
I'm still
what are
not
you trying to
entirely
say?
sure if the two
Never
supposed
mind.
brothers
It's
were...
just a feeling
All right, we'll drop it.
I feel like they were just abducted, but I'm not 100% certain. Nothing to say about it. Really? I
I've been
can't
to see Sir
report that I
Hadriex.
beat the thieves? There's
So how did he take the
nothing?
news?
Nothing
Well, he
for
wasn't
that?
exactly happy about
No
it.
connection?
He wants us to carry on patrolling the...
That makes sense. I don't think he'll come to us. So we'll just have to hope we run into him.
Sure.
Mount up then, and let's go.
Can I keep the token of me on a horse? No? Alright then. Oh. Hey, we're gonna be near my town soon. Cool, I can drop by. Build a building.
Please, can we stop for a bit? My arse is aching, and I've such a thirst I could drink a moat dry.
Same here. What do you say, Chief?
Not to worry. We choose it soon. We'll spend the night there.
I heard they've got a peculiar priest.
But it's not night. It's the middle of the
He
day.
drinks like the devil himself.
We saw the
Strange about
cloth.
that. Every other man of the cloth is a swill pot.
Or a lecher.
Or both.
Quiet. Listen.
Seriously, if I question this land too long, there won't be anyone left alive.
Please, sir, help me.
Don't worry, lass. Nothing to fear. We're with Sir Hadriex, in the manner of speaking. What's the matter?
These brigands came. The menfolk fled and left us there. They started pillaging the place, drinking whatever they could find and
I
smashing
killed all the
things.
guys on the last group.
I
Man,
ran
your
off,
shirt
but the
is
other
just
girls-
phasing right through your apron, ma'am.
You've got to save them. Please, I beg you.
Easy, lass. Drinking, you say?
Aye, sir. They rolled the casks into the courtyard and started swilling
Well,
like pigs
that
from a
mo should
trough.
make them easy to fight.
Well, as our old cook used to say, if you want to make a proper goulash, you should soak the meat in ale for a while to soften it first.
Ah, let them get well soaked, and then go and chop them up. Good thinking, Chief.
I mean, we could poison
What
them
about the
too,
girls?
but how about we
Those
just go
men,
in and
they-
take
they
care
were-
of this?
I'm sure your friends won't be getting nothing they ain't had before.
Well, unless they be nuns.
I don't need this band.
You know,
I
the
can just
girl's
go
right.
in and wipe them
If
out.
we delay, her friends will pay the price for it.
I appreciate your advice, Henry. But it's caution that'll keep you alive, not chivalrous deeds.
How do you think Sir Radzig will look if you let that happen? What will people say?
If I cared what people say, I wouldn't be a mercenary. It's no skin
I
off
had
my
like
nose.
10 points
Well, I
on
can
you
tell you
on
Sir
that
Radzig cares, and
exchange.
so do I. So we better ride there right now.
All right.
Okay, good.
I hope your Radzig will take care of my funeral mass
Oh no,
too.
you can all stay here
My
and come in
sin-burdened
after I've
soul will
ripped
need a
half
bit
of
of
them
a
up.
push
It's
to get through
fine.
the gates of heaven.
Don't worry. They won't be as drunk as you'd like, but they won't be entirely sober either.
True enough. Let's do it then.
Hold on, I need to intoxicate myself before we go in. Let's see, should I drink this Bane potion? Nah, here, Buck's blood. That's probably all I really need. Sure, I'll take this too. And, a Night Hawk, since suddenly it's dark. And... I'll smear this on my ceremonial mace.
Yeah.
This is the place, right? Are you hostile? You're hostile, right? Oh, you must be hostile. Oh, hello, another one.
Good work, lads.
So, where's those damsels we so gallantly
Hey.
rescued?
Everyone's just sitting down now. Not even going through their pockets. What lazy mercs you are.
And let's get to it. We've a long way to go to finish the job.
Gloves are usually a high value item.
Henry, come here. We don't bite.
I'll give you a chance to show what you're made of.
New dagger. Good, I needed a new one.
We'll just have a friendly bout. No blood, I promise. At least not much.
Oh, wait, was that a piercing arrow? Yeah, I'll take those too.
Let me massage my knuckles a bit.
Spurs! Cumin spurs. The plot thickens. that, definitely. I haven't seen this sword. Well, I probably have in a shop and just forgot. 21 for very little. Huh. Let's see this thing. Pretty valuable. It's actually a pretty good weapon. Killing bandits and not looting them? That's like hunting and not eating the game. What's wrong with you guys? Piercer, I think that's a valuable one too. Alright, I guess that's everything.
Or bacon.
Full. Alright, we are barely within our allotted weight. Take one moment to do what we need to do. Okay. I can't talk to Sir Kuno? Strange. Fear not? What is this, an angelic sword? This place doesn't seem to be in the best of shape. Where's all the people? People? Well. Why is the A pointed at him? Oh. Well, he's not talking to me right now anyway. Am I supposed to talk to you? Why you and not the leader? What? Want a fight?
You want to have a scrap with me?
Scrap? That's putting it in vulgar terms. I want to challenge you. You've nothing better to do.
Fine.
All right.
You're a man after my own heart. Tell you what, let's make it a lot more interesting.
200, is that
wait
it?
till-
You're very sure of yourself, ain't you?
Alright. Fist fights in armor are annoying, though. I'm the only one who should have the advantage of armor. I've still got 3 buffs in play, so... Gotta love the fact there could be more enemies in the area, there could be anything going on, and these two are just getting into a fist fight just because one of them's bored. This might take a while. How about you bestow curse this guy? Like, I'm clicking to punch, and he just keeps grappling over and over.
You're going to cry now.
Just imagine if Henry had all this armor back then. He'd have taken out the entire Kuman army at the rate he's going. Hide for a minute, down a few marigold. Just some marigold water. Come back in for another round. Another 5-minute break, down some Lazarus potions. Can you stop doing the same attack over and over again? It's really stupid. I'm trying to do punch, you know? Fuck, whatever. You'll finish them off now, I'm sure. Oh, you tried to step on your foot. Come on, you're done. Give it up. It's over. There we go. Alright, they're not watching anymore? I'm not allowed to loot him! Maybe I'm supposed to talk to you? Dice! Well, that's the only option right now. Alright, fine. Dice it is.
Always. I've got some nice little items to wager.
Well, that depends what you have.
I've got a shield, a jupon, and a very fine embroidered hat. The shield's got the Rickvald crest, a nice piece, handles well, and tough enough.
That
to
all
get
sounds
quite a
like
battle.
crap.
Then I've got this combat jupon. Not only does... And then there's this noble hat. It's not a lot of use on the battlefield. It'll certainly make a big impression on folk.
I don't want to sound, well, mercenary.
All right, but what will you wager? You'll have to make it. After all, fine things like these here don't...
This should be enough.
That'll do me.
I don't have any of my
So,
special
bring it
dice with
on.
me or anything. In fact, I don't even remember the rules, to be honest. Looks to me like there are 3 6s. What were the rules? I wasn't really interested in this game. 1 is worth 100 points, 5 is worth 50, 3 of a kind is worth 100. Okay. Well, that's 3 of a kind. So... Hey, you got a special dice in there. I see
How
that.
can you still... Hang on. It was me that threw that. Your turn.
Okay, he wins. It's over, man.
I hope that's the end of it.
Go ahead. All you need is a few points. Yep, there he goes. He's like 50 points away. Alright, so. Have to just roll again. Isn't a 5 worth something too? Yeah.
Not afraid of anything, eh?
No kidding. It's over! Alright, you won 400. Congrats.
Money, money, money!
How do I talk to him and drink and tell stories? Ah, you actually caught that reference? No way!
This charlatan in Collie lived in a house on the road to Brandy. He claimed he could read people's minds. Then this other
Yeah, I
charlatan
can't talk
came
to
town
Kuno.
and settled on the other side of the river.
I
and he
can't even
said
sit.
He could read minds too. And I was thinking, if them
Yeah, that's
two
no
met
good.
up and started reading each other's thoughts,
I'm
actually,
stuck.
they'd be reading their own thoughts.
Oh wait, there it goes.
Right?
Now the sit
See,
became available.
Because the other fella would be thinking,
They left us some damn good booze here. As my old man used to say, the fire of battle
I could
must
see
be
having to
quenched.
look up a
Of
guide
course,
to figure
the
that
only
out.
battle he was ever in was with Ma. But still, it fits. Anyway, I hope you'll drink with us.
My camera's stuck like this. Why is my camera looking this way? Are we deliberately looking at the dead bodies
Sure.
for a
Why look a
reason?
gift horse in the mouth?
My words exactly.
Is it supposed
Me and the
to
lads were just
tell
saying
us
how we know
something about the
nothing about
character of these people? That
Most
there's
of the folk
literally
around
dead
here have hardly
bodies
been
and they're
further than the
feasting
village market.
right next to
You
them?
must have seen a thing or two.
This has to be deliberate, right?
That I have.
Aye, I heard. And Radzik told me you're from there. But that's probably not the kind of story to go with wine and good cheer.
Trogdor! Trogdor! Ah.
Once I met a very peculiar character in Sasau. He was selling amulets, relics.
Charlotte! You want to watch out for fellas like that.
Indeed. But this charlatan took me on as an apprentice.
The sorcerer's apprentice? You're having me on, right?
No, it wasn't like that. He just wanted me to, acquire some things for him. Nothing too difficult, so I did it.
What kind of things?
It really feels like
Like a
that
tooth
quest
from Saint
should have
Procopius, for
ended with him
instance?
giving you
What?
free speech
Relics
training
like
or
that
something.
don't exactly grow on trees.
Oh, of course. So instead, we settled for a tooth from some labourer called Procopius.
So this fella was walking around with a mouthful of relics. How did it end up?
Well, in the end, the charlatan was driven out of town by an irate mob. I was lucky they didn't lynch me instead.
Nobody likes a swindler, that's for sure. Tell us another.
Let's just drink, eh?
Those are the words of a man.
I swear turning the camera to face the dead really felt like a deliberate choice, you know? Like they were trying to say something about this. Did, I'm supposed to walk back here. You know, I've used the word a couple of times, but I really feel the padding that they put into this game of just making you walk back and forth for no reason. Just walk halfway across the... Oh, no, not halfway. All the way across the map again. Yeah, I'm gonna go home for a minute instead. No. Alright. I should be able to unload my stuff at the shop here. And I'm certain I can afford another building. What should we build?
Yeah.
Given the situation and what's happening in the land, I feel like it would be really foolish not to have a bunch of soldiers here. But I honestly think I'd get more out of the horse, more use out of it. So I think I'm gonna metagame the decision and go for the horse. Even though I really, really should provide this town with protection. I mean, everything is burning constantly around here. Yeah, we've been building a town. It's less exciting than it sounds because you're given less options than I wish you were. It's a great idea, but yeah, it's very much a DLC and not an integrated to the game kind of thing.
Greetings, good night.
I wish the game had been built around this. Like, the whole game had been built around this. Building a town for your people to live in. Man, that would have been so much cooler a game if this had been the center point that it was all built around. I would probably love it. Ah well, what could have been. Oh, yeah, get rid of these. We good? That everything? Okay. If I didn't have the money, it would have been terrible because I wouldn't have been able to make a positive income flow, and it would have been in the negative, and I'd have been having to run around desperately trying to scrounge enough money to make it positive. But to me, it's more of like I don't have it here. I have a dungeon I basically have a D&D book that's all about running businesses and stuff like that. I wish I had it to hand, because I could be like, here are some mechanics that would have been way more interesting to build around. But just a town builder, like, there's so much you could do with it. This is kind of minimum. The minimum of what it could have been. Like, it's not bad. It's just not It just could have been a lot more, you know? Oh yeah. We still have a pile of books to read. Now that's something to look forward to. Like, you've never played Azure Dreams, have you? I played through it on stream a while ago. It's a PS1 game, a really old PS1 game. Very limited in what it could do. Like, so much more limited in what it could do than, you know, a modern PC game. But let me tell you about Azure Dreams for a minute, because it is everything in that game comes together to be greater than the sum of its parts. So the game starts out and you're in this town. It's roguelike Pokemon on the PS1. Alright, there you go. Now you know kind of what the game is. So you are like living in poverty. Your father died when you were young. He had been a monster tamer, and you're living in this hovel. She's had to sell basically everything off over the years. And finally, you have come of age, and you can go into the monster tower. And, like, if you try to take a bath, your character is behind the house in a barrel, and girls walk by and they laugh at you. Like, you're just... That's how it starts. And there's this one arrogant rich guy that's totally an insufferable asshole, who also hits on all the women in town. Doesn't matter what person you're building a relationship with, Gosh will be trying to hit on her. Unless it's his sister, which is, you know, fairly amusing relationship to have, but honestly, she terrifies me. I'm afraid she's probably a sadist. Anyway, during the game, it's actually a town builder. You don't get any money or anything for building stuff up, but what you can do is it happens naturally. It flows from the way the game is constructed. Everything is interrelated. So you're hatching monsters and collecting monster eggs, which sell for a lot of money. You are going through the tower, and you have a few side quests to help the town, like clean their water and get their windmills working and stuff again, things you need to do. You start building things up in the town. There's no clinic, so you can get enough money and you can fund the construction of a clinic, which is actually how you meet one of the characters that you could potentially end up in a relationship with. You fund a library for this. There's this guy with this huge collection of books that's taking over his house, and it seems like one of those people is going to be crushed to death under his own books, and you can help out and build a library. And that also starts another potential relationship. But also, building your own house larger, you get a much nicer, better house with its own bathroom. By the end of the game, in your megalomania, you could build a freaking mansion with a pool on the roof and a giant hot tub that's bigger than your original house was. You can build a casino. You can build a horse race track. You can which use some of the monsters from the tower as the horses. You can build all this crazy shit. You can buy tons of decorations for your house, like a surprising amount of them. You can be an asshole to Gosh, the rich dick, right back and make him seem poor. And he really is a dick. He's great. He is such an asshole. Like, all these things just kind of go together, and it's like, I shouldn't be looking at a PS1 game that's primarily a roguelike dungeon crawler and be like, you know, its town building was kind of better than this. Like, I shouldn't feel that way. But, as I said, it naturally outflowed from the way the game was. It was what you do with all the money you were getting. It naturally led into the relationships and different things going on in town. You could build a theater also. You could build so many things. And you could choose. You could choose exactly where each building goes. With a couple of exceptions. Your house doesn't move, for example. But you'd literally open up the town map and choose where in the town you wanted to build these buildings. There were even buildings that you're not likely to even know you could build your first time playing through the game, like the gym. I didn't discover that one myself until, I don't know when. Yeah. So it's like I don't feel like this is bad. I actually really like this. It's just... It could be more. At the very minimum, I wish I could have a tailor, armor smith, those things. At minimum, I would like to have that. Oh, we got 19,000? Do we really? Man, this town's doing well. We've been away for a while. You get the dandelion snake oil. That was hilarious. But yeah, rebuilding Skalitz. It just feels like that could have been the game. Your town gets burned down. You have the survivors in this town where they're treated like scum and everyone hates them. You go, you get food, you get medicine, you're taking care of them, and then you start rebuilding the town and bringing them back. Like, it just... That would be such a cool game! And it feels like all the elements are like right here. If only they had put them together a little differently, it would have been perfect. Should we rebuild that church already? It's expensive. Can't have a bakery, because you have a butcher. What the hell? Let's go ahead and build the stables.
There's work to be done.
Where is he? Wait, is that him? Okay, there he is. Well, I mean, it would be the focus of the game. Yeah, rebuilding Skalitz and dealing with the Kumen so they don't come back would be the end state, yes. Hello there, Sen.
We're gonna build here?
Yes.
I'm ready.
I'll just quickly check it. We've got...
Well, it's now impossible to have a guardhouse. We couldn't possibly build one now. It just can't be done. Oh, you could make a sequel. You could do anything you wanted for a sequel. Just Skalitz has been rebuilt, and you would, ideally, you would pass the save file, and the town would remain however you built it up in the first game. You wouldn't have to follow Henry for the second game. But you would just have to include the rebuilt town that the player had as the thing that you poured over with your save file, and have a few of the quests play in. And you can just have any main character you want. You could imagine if in the sequel you play one of the Kumen. You're broken off from the army. Things have been, you're now in this strange land. You have to learn how to speak the language and make your way. And it would be very difficult because everyone would hate you on sight because of, that's just throwing random ideas. Like, there's any number of games any number of stories you could tell in this era. You could skip forward 20, 50 years. You could do anything. You could totally make another game. That wouldn't be a problem.
I want to build...
Certainly.
Can we get some saddler's equipment and tools?
Let's go to the site. I'll see to the building.
Meh. I personally don't like Henry. At first I thought he was going to be kind of a blank slate. The player does whatever he wants, but then I found he kind of is his own character. And I really don't like him as a person.
Right here. Ready to start?
I just don't like him.
I'm ready.
I'll just quickly check again that we have... We've got what we need.
It's a shame, because I actually liked his parents. I liked Teresa. I liked, I even kind of liked the lady at the start, the alehouse maid that he was with. We didn't see much of her, but, the one scummy villain that wouldn't give you the shovel. He's the strongest of the villains in the game, characterization-wise. No, it's not just that. Although that one was really bad. Where he was just like, oh yeah, let them touch my face when I know, like, oh god, yeah. But the thing with the shroud, like when he talked to the guy and just, that was so scummy. Things when he talks to people frequently, the way he's just constantly the way he behaves, it's like, oh man. Like, I chose a dialogue option and then he just acts like some mafia scum or something. And then the next minute he's telling people, oh yes, well it's your Christian duty to do this. And it's like, god damn, man.
God.
I don't choose his dialogue, though. That's the big thing about this dialogue system. I mentioned it early on. If you play Baldur's Gate or Baldur's Gate 2, and you choose a dialogue option, it will give you, at times, it goes as far as an entire paragraph about stuffing somebody roughly the size of Elminster and his hat up here. But you see the entire thing you're going to say. In this game, it gives me a few words, I click it, and then the character goes off in unexpected ways. This is actually a criticism I heard about Mass Effect. I can't tell you how many comedy skits I've seen about this exact game design thing. And my question has always been, what the fuck? But a lot of games just decided to do this thing where you don't know what your character's going to say until you push the button. And this is one of those games where it's like, Yes, this is the, a crown option of dialogue. Okay, I click it. Oh, is that what he's saying? Okay, this is the crossed swords option. Okay. Holy fuck, what's he doing? Like, man, as I said, he's supposed to have his own personality, and he does. The way he talks, he does have a personality that's not the player, that's actually his own. He is a character, not a blank slate. But damn, he is a scummy person. It's not even like, haha, I'm playing a villain. It's like, yeah, I'm kind of playing a villain, but holy shit, guy. When my villain goes up and starts telling people their father will go to hell if they don't give me his shirt. Ugh. Ugh. Alright, this one has carrying capacity and stamina. And a really cool freaking name. Argo. Nah. Shadowfax? Oh! Wow, it turns out that Gandalf's horse sucks ass. Gandalf, what were you talking this thing up for? It's actually a pretty good horse, but I've got a better horse. I've got a better horse than any of you guys. Where's the rest of them? Where's the good horses?
God save you. What can I do for you?
I'd like to buy a horse.
Well now, have you...
I have.
Nothing but the best. Is there one...
Shit, that's it? Where's the good horse?
I'll have to think it over.
Did I miss something?
With you.
Okay, hold on. This one was competitive. It was a little bit slower, but it had more carry capacity. I don't think stamina really matters. It's already got, like, infinite stamina. It's considerable. Yeah, you just not good. And you... Yeah, you're just slower. You're just worse. There aren't any good horses here. Maybe I have to do a quest and more horses will show up later. Yeah, 'cause the saddle maker guy, he sucks too. It shows the horse with your character buffs. The horse is faster. Are you sure? My character buffs? But my only character buff is a negative to speed. The only character buff I've got related to horses is a speed penalty. Like that. Yeah, a heavy-duty pony. Okay, hold on. Alright, so if I take off... Does it matter that this has a condition of 0? Is that impacting me in any way? Alright, let's try again. Oh, okay, that is different. Okay. Okay, alright, that's way different now. That's increased capacity, increased speed. Alright. So you're just strictly better than everything else. Yeah, Shadowmere. Oh, definitely. We were talking about the Minecraft movie yesterday and just how stupid it is. Like, well, just to reiterate what I said, if you were told to make a Minecraft movie, what would you do? You'd probably make the movie mostly in engine, focus on the script. Like, at the very least, you'd make a rough draft of it just in Minecraft, in creative mode. You'd then get your animators to spruce everything up a bit, but keep it looking like Minecraft with blocky characters. No live actors involved. You wouldn't need any fancy actors, like you would definitely don't need Jack Black. And the movie would have been very inexpensive to make, and it would have definitely made money. Especially if you focused on your story and characters.
Isn't that God's truth?
Easy money. Hard to screw up. Stable Master, I want to buy your horse. Dude, I want to...
God bless you.
What's going on?
Greetings, Goodman.
Fine. Yeah. I think the appealing to the broadest audience possible was always a mistake. Better to have a handful of people love your game than a whole bunch of people be indifferent to it. They spend so much money developing games that are supposed to appeal to everyone because you just have to have more sales than the time before. It's like... It's ridiculous. But line must go up. That's what's killing the gaming industry. Line must go up. For the investors! Not the customers. The investors.
I'd like to buy a horse.
Well now.
Alright.
I have.
Nothing but the best. Is there one...
Yes, I will take this one.
Maybe...
Hold on.
Maybe some other... Maybe some other? Surely you'll knock something off. I'll take that one.
Goodbye.
Okay. Alright, there we go. Slightly more storage. Oh, my old horse didn't get put in the stable? figured it would end up in the stable here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I can feel the difference. Now I'll be able to crash into trees even faster! Hooray! I don't suppose anybody's got the big horse from Breath of the Wild here. Alright, we are now making about 2,000 a day. I think we've built everything we're allowed to build. I think it's done. So the only thing left is a black hole of money. Which is extending our house and building the church. Okay. That's a lot of money.
I've decided what to build.
Let's build this first.
Good choice. Come with me.
What do you mean, come with me? We're already inside the building. Also, why do you have sacks hanging from strings? What do you have in those?
We're gonna build here?
Indeed.
Yeah, I chose Shadowmere. It has a higher carrying capacity. Fragrant herbs? Could be.
I'm ready.
I'll just quickly check again that we have... All good.
Right. Reputation gained? I have a bigger house! The people love that I live in a bigger house. Really? Okay. Sure, why not? Yeah, I was feeling that. Civ 4 made me really, really happy because all the games have been getting simpler and simpler. And there's something to appreciate with simplicity, but I craved the complex, deep games, and I was so happy when I got Civ 4 and it was deep and complicated. I honestly think that EA is the perfect example of just Dead Space is like the perfect example of this philosophy and why it's such crap. Like, okay, you've made a fantastic horror game. It appeals to fans of horror games. It really is top tier. Like that first Dead Space, So then they make Dead Space 2. And they make it more of an action game. And they make it faster. And they make it, not as good. I played the two back to back. There's no nostalgia involved. I literally played them back to back, and when I hit the Ishimura in Dead Space 2 and was like, this is amazing, this is great, I realized the best thing about Dead Space 2 was when you went back to Dead Space 1. There's like, oh. And then you get Dead Space 3. And I know some people are big fans of Dead Space 3. I am not one of them. From the moment it began, I was yelling at Isaac Clarke, why do you keep taking your helmet off? And then He gets his helmet stuck where he can't put it on anymore while he's in the freezing cold. He survived a spaceship crash without his helmet on. Why would he have... It literally just comes in and out. You don't even have to... Microtransactions. You know what? Instead of just using power tools, what if you used microtransactions to build any kind of gun you want? Horror? What's horror? Here, bring a friend with you. Yes, it's multiplayer now. Co-op. Yeah, that's what a horror game needs. A goofy guy sitting next to you being goofy. That's perfect. That's just what the experience needs. Oh, you know what? Isaac Clarke kills a moon now. And see, it's bigger and more awesomer, isn't it? That sounds like something he would do. He kills moons, right? Oh, everyone's gonna love this. As I said, I am not a fan of Dead Space 3. It is far from the worst game I've ever played, but it mangles that poor franchise. It's the reason we never got a Dead Space. And why did they do it? Every single decision was about money. You know, horror games just don't appeal to enough people. We need to make it more of an action game. Let's put microtransactions, co-op, everything, every single thing. At least Dead Space 2 had a reason to make Isaac Clarke talk. I feel like it was a mistake, but at least they had a good reason to make him talk. Their story wouldn't have worked if he had remained a silent protagonist. I give them that. Dead Space 2 was not a bad game, but it wasn't as good as 1. And I see so many franchises do this same thing. Every game, they have to sell to more people. They have to find more ways to milk money. Yuck. I always say it, but I really do feel like the stock market is a mistake. Just in general. Having stock, having investors, I will never be on board with the idea of healthy debt. Healthy debt is no debt.
Marius, there's work to be done.
That is the only healthy debt to have. If you have stock, if you have investors,
take too long.
You have to continually be making more money, or they'll take their money back. It's just a mistake. And there's a whole bunch of companies that don't do the investor thing and are doing extremely well. They generally keep it within their families.
Yes.
And they do very, very well.
I'll
They're
just
doing it
quickly
right.
check. We've still got the means.
Suddenly it's dark. Oh, that's mildly annoying. Huh? Oh well, we can rest. I have an alchemy bench now.
Hey,
You're really gonna sleep on this freaking wooden stool? I can't even provide you a bed of straw? Man, how cheap am I? Straw isn't that expensive, is it? What? What's the matter? Why'd I wake up? There we go. No, no guardhouse. I'm not allowed to because I made a stable. Ah, I see. Yeah, I could understand that, keeping you up at night.
Hey, you sleep in someone else's bed. Get lost.
Oh, hey, we got some cups. That's nice.
Get the hell out of here.
Everyone seems to have golden cups.
I want to build some, but we mustn't waste any time.
We can't build in the dark.
We can't
Hammer
build in the
and
dark.
nail
I thought
if
it took
I
multiple
applaud your
days
fur.
to build things.
You'd be better.
I suppose so.
Why do random villagers live in my house? I guess that's like the housekeeper and the maid? Is this supposed to be my bed? Which bed is supposed to be mine? What's this? Oh well. We can pass a couple hours. Guest house. Oh! No, we don't have a guest house. We don't have an inn. I suppose we just throw any guests in a ditch outside. Civilized way to do things, I suppose. Okay, so this is it. Well, sure, why not? Save. Alright, let's get that last thing, the herb garden, in place. Well, this is my mansion. No glass windows, though, so not too extravagant. Glass back then wouldn't have been clear, I don't think. That would have been very expensive. It would have just been, murky. But it would have let light in.
I want to build some.
Certainly.
That should be one of these things we could put in town, a glass blower. Honestly, I don't think we've seen any glass at all. I'm not just talking crystal glass. I mean, I think stained glass might be the only glass we've seen in the entire game.
I was thinking it would be good to have a herb garden, to grow medicinal herbs.
Right. That should do it.
Oh yeah, a judgment quest. Yeah, I should do that.
We're going to build here?
Indeed.
I'm ready.
I'll just quick... We've got what we...
Alright, so next time we come here, it's the church, and then we've finished this town. I have no idea. As I made abundantly clear at the beginning, I confessed, this is an area of history I have very little information on. Like, just very little knowledge. Don't tell me you planted marigolds. You can find those anywhere. Plant the weird stuff that's hard to find. I'm not expecting every single type of herb to be all in one convenient place, but at least give me the stuff that's hard to get. Where is it? This must be the place. Mint. Okay, that's good. Sage, that's good. Belladonna, that's good. Okay, this is a good herb garden. Wormwood, okay, yeah, this is a very good herb garden. And now that we've got our alchemy thing right next to it, still planted more St. John's wort and marigolds than I'd have liked. What did poppies do to you? Did poppies insult your mother? You could only bother planting 2? It's pretty good herb. This is the best herb garden in the game, actually. So if I want to brew potions, most of what I need is in one place. Much appreciated. What do you mean planting things is difficult and annoying? I've been gardening all my life. Oh, yeah, I've been gardening all my life. I'm probably not a person to ask if it's difficult and annoying for a regular person. Well, I think we're done for today. We got a better horse, and... Did we only do 2 little adventures with these guys? Shit, I gotta pick up the pace, man. I think so. I think I did almost nothing today. Oh no. Well, we have a better horse, so we can do nothing faster next time. Oh well. I didn't even gain a speech level for all the talking. Not even half of one. Oh well. Looks like I have a vitality point I never spent. We're generating out of combat, or... Oh, I guess I'll finally do this. That's gonna be hard for me to maintain. That's gonna be a pain in the ass. There's a reason I've not been taking that trait. And this... I don't want this. Like, I actively don't want this. I'm never gonna take my plate mail off, but there might be a scripted sequence where I have no choice. Could I have a bathtub in my mansion, please? Please? Why can't I get a bath in this town? I'm a failure as a mayor. A failure! Everybody's living in mud, and there's no way to clean themselves.
Maybe you should have done that alone.
We don't need a church, we need a bathhouse. I say we do a little remodeling to this place. I say we build a freaking palisade around this place, at least. Come on. I mean, it didn't help Skalitz any, but at least pretend like you're gonna keep the people here safe. Alright. Well, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you for pointing out that the horses were better than my horse. I would have never known that the horseshoes were throwing it off. I would have never known. Whew. So, until next time and every time, this is Hadriex, signing off. Bye.